Previously on Tales from the 20 Side.
Rohkar's been playing on my mind a bit. I think if we can dissuade him from his course of action, that would be better.
I am all for pursuing Rohkar.
I'm going to try animal form. I'm going to transform myself into a lion.
What the bloody hell is going on here, you idiots? Guests. Sorry, but I do believe I told you to stay out of my lodge.
Two, three.
That was pretty close. That was pretty tight, boys.
That sounded further out than any other one we've done.
That sounded the loosest we've done it, but I guess that's just Zoom fuckery for you.
Yeah.
We love you, Zoom. Thank you for enabling our podcast to continue. Welcome back, listeners.
Could have made it free.
Yes, this podcast not sponsored by Zoom. Welcome back, listeners, to Tales from the 20 Side, Pathfinder 2nd Edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and I am your GM for this game and many other games on this channel. And I'm joined by our regular cast members of Mr. Stu Jackson.
Hello.
Mr. Neil Kelly.
Hello.
And Mr. Darren Mafucci.
All right.
All right.
And someone else.
And someone else.
Yeah. Chardonnay.
Stu, I don't know how to break this to you. Chardonnay isn't an actual actor. Chardonnay is a fixture in the game world. And,
How dare you? How fucking dare you?
I mean, if you want to prove me wrong, Stu, that's your excuse. That is your excuse to go and get yourself a dog.
He's... Oh, don't tempt me. Catherine would leave me, I'm certain of it. No, he's real in our hearts.
He is real in our hearts and our minds. And he's certainly very real for the bandit who he just murdered.
Yeah.
Or helped to murder, should I say.
Yeah.
But there we go. Welcome back. It's another episode. It's getting quite late. It's actually coming up for midnight as we're recording this. So hopefully we can push on and it won't sound like too much of an incoherent mess by the end. But yeah, anyway, are we good to crack on, or have you got anything that you guys want to say?
I'm good.
No.
All good.
Let's crack on.
Yeah, it's interesting how it's turned suddenly, though, isn't it? With, gone from, let's go through that, but no, let's go back and kill Rohkar.
There we go. Just as a little note to you, Stu, in this entire recording session where we've been recording this block, I've thrown out my notes on 3 separate occasions because of actions that you guys have taken. And some of those notes have then been picked up again, only to be thrown away again. So
we will get back on track.
You're keeping me on my toes tonight. That's for sure.
Good.
Anyway, bringing ourselves back in, our 3 adventurers, Brother Amos, Orwin Templeton, and Otto von Niederschläger, have been traversing the Border Wood. They've had some business to take care of, which they have duly done so. And before embarking on the next leg of their journey, they have decided that their old acquaintance, Captain Rohkar of Rohkar's Raiders, needs to be brought to justice for his crimes, past, present, and presumably future as well. You've travelled back to the High Sentinel Lodge, which Rohkar uses as a base of operations. After attempting unsuccessfully to get the bandits on guard to let you inside for a chat with him, you attacked them. And after a close run battle over a rope bridge, you laid low these two bandits, crossed the bridge, and proceeded to enter the lodge itself, where another bandit was lying in wait with a crossbow, shot Brother Amos square in the chest, and yet did nothing to him. And Otto, it was at this point where Otto revealed some hitherto unseen facet of his power and transformed himself into a lion, creating a double team with Olwyn's newfound ally, Chardonnay. The wolf and the lion, and the aid of Brother Amos's fists, eventually brought down this bandit. And just as this bandit collapsed to the ground, you heard a door open above you, and striding through it and hearing the voice, a very familiar voice, you heard Captain Rohkar call down to you, "What's going on in here?" Before seeing you, Brother Amos, and saying, "Oh, you. I told you to stay out of my lodge." And that is where we bring ourselves back into the game. So, with that, next up on the docket is Otto.
How far away is Captain Rohkar from me?
So Rohkar is up on this little balcony above the main common area, sort of just outside the door that you know to be his office. In terms of distance, he is... he is 35 feet away from you, Otto.
And is there an obvious way up there?
There is. You've spent some time in the High Sentinel Lodge. You know that directly to... we're going to call it south because it's south on the map I'm using. Directly to your south and then left, there is a staircase leading up.
Well, I will go straight for Rohkar. I can move 40 feet in one move, so I will...
Okay, so lion form Otto bolts up the stairs. As you pass the back of the hearth, Otto, you see two familiar humanoid shapes with blue flames swirling around them. Just kind of seem to be moving in the direction of the rest of the party.
So, how close do I pass to them? Do I sort of brush past them?
No. You're a good 15 feet away. You just see them as you move off towards the stairs.
I will continue towards Rohkar and attack.
Okay. So first action is to rush up to Rohkar. Second action, you make an attack. What attack are you making against him?
I will do. Jaws. A bite. I'll go for a bite.
Sure. You rush up and you lunge for his chest. Roll that attack.
It said,
Did anyone else hear the theme to Jaws in their head?
Yeah. I was like, are you going to turn into a shark now?
oh. Yeah. So when I attack, it's the attack modifier is +9, so that's 27.
Oh, okay. 27. You'll be glad to know is a hit.
And the damage is 2d6 with a bonus of 1. So
sure.
So do I throw a d6?
You throw 2d6, Neil. So or d6 twice.
Okay. So that's 5 plus 5. 10 plus 11.
11 points of damage. You rush up and you chomp into Rohkar, biting sort of underneath his thick cloak and through his armour, and you get the taste of his blood in your mouth, Otto. I think you have one action left.
I will do. I will slash him with my claws.
Okay,
Which
so
is a 1d10 of damage.
yes, obviously first you roll the attack. So you sort of bite in with your teeth and you pull back, blood dripping from your maw, and you swipe at him with your claws. Roll attack.
Oh, not so much. That's only 14.
That's 14. And is that with your multiple attack penalty?
What's the multiple attack penalty?
It's on this attack, it's 4.
Oh, in that case, it's 10.
Total of 10. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That is actually a critical failure on that attack. But because we're only doing quick fumble cards on natural ones, nothing particularly bad happens to you. It's just a very bad miss. So you rush up to claw him, and you find that your paw actually catches in this shaggy white cloak he's wearing. You can't get through it, and you have to pull your paw back.
Right.
And that's a bad miss.
Bad miss. But I'm
glad
good
somebody
hit.
got that. a good hit with the jaws, nonetheless. So end of Otto's turn. It's the two skeletons, which Brother Amos, you see this blue light kind of coalescing on the other side of the hearth, and you watch as striding towards you, you see the two skeletons that you'd previously seen when you met Captain Rohkar in the forest. And they are both swirling with blue flame. Did I write their speed down? I did write their speed down. Excellent. So. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they both move up into range with you, Brother Amos, and you see they both kind of wear at their waists the scimitars that their bandit forms used to carry, but they forego using those and instead rake at you with these horribly sharp-looking claws. 17 to hit.
19, my armor
Okay.
class.
Another 17 to miss. Okay, so we've got a 17, a 17, an 8, and a 19.
My armor class is 19, so that last one will hit.
Well, okay. So as this claw rakes into you, Brother Amos, it cuts across your chest. You take 6 points of slashing damage, and some of this cold flame sort of seeps into the wound. You take a further 3 points of cold damage.
Oh, dearie me. Okay.
Oh, do you know what? Hang on. No. Oh no, that is right. Sorry, ignore me. That does conclude their turn. We are round to Rohkar, and Rohkar sees this lion sort of gnashing at him in front, and with sort of a grimace, you see he draws a short sword that he's got at his side, which he swings towards you. 21 to hit, Otto.
Yes, that hits.
All right. As he strikes into you, you take 5 points of slashing damage. Okay. And as he brings the blade back round, he looks at you and he says, you'll make a fine offering to Norgaba. And you watch as his blade flares with this sort of black reddish energy, and he goes to strike again. We've got 21 to hit again.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. You take 7 points of slashing damage, Otto. And as he strikes you, this black energy wraps itself around your lion form, and you take an additional. Find my D8. You take an additional 15 points of necrotic damage. Of negative damage, sorry.
15 points of
negative damage.
negative damage. So I had 5 temporary hit points as in my lion form, and 20 hit points as Otto. So that's me out for the count.
So if you had 15 regularly plus 5 from the lion, that means you have 20 total, correct?
No, I had 20 plus 5 from the lion.
Okay, so it was 20 plus 5. So the 5 from the lion were taken off with the first strike.
Yes. And then a further 22. Well, I only had 20, so...
Of course, yes. I
minus
forgot
two.
about the slashing damage. Yes, and
Yeah.
as Rohkar strikes into you, Otto, you feel your energy almost sucked out of you, and you collapse to the ground unconscious.
That's Otto out of it. Well, it wouldn't be a fight if Otto didn't nearly die, would it?
Indeed, it wouldn't.
We say that a lot.
End of Rohkar's. Yeah. So as you sort of are hit by this attack, you revert to your regular form, Otto, and a smile. Not that anybody can see this from where he is. A smile creeps across Rohkar's face. If you could see him, you would get the sense that he's quite enjoying this. Alwyn, we're around to you. You're still outside the lodge.
Owen is still outside. Alwyn will rush in, very quickly survey the scene and go, oh shit!
So what you see as you enter, Alwyn, because there's a bit of a melee here that's going on. You step through the door. Immediately, Chardonnay is kind of on your right hand side, and you see Brother Amos engaged in melee with these two skeletons that have this swirling blue flame around them.
You're right there, Brother Amos. Of course you are. You've got magic fist now, so that'll help. Point at Rohkar. Chardonnay, kill.
Okay. From where you are, you can't quite see Rohkar. There's a little bit.
Does that mean I'm unaware that Otto is down?
Yeah. You cannot see Otto from where you are.
Okay, if I'm just unaware.
I mean,
okay.
What I will say, sorry. So I started describing that as if you've moved 5 feet into the room. You still have 15 feet left of your movement. So if you wanted to, you could squeeze past Brother Amos. It would put you next to the skeletons, but it would probably give you a view of Rohkar.
Well, I think if I can see the skeletons, I would move up to them.
All right.
To engage.
Okay. And as you do so, you look over to your right and you see Rohkar standing on this balcony, looking over the common area. You don't see Otto, but Rohkar is looking very joyous. And that's all you see. But you still have 2 actions remaining.
Yes, I will command Chardonnay to attack Rohkar.
Okay.
So Chardonnay's got a movement of 40. How many actions does he need to get to Rohkar?
Okay, so from where he is, he can't get there without having to squeeze past these skeletons. So I'm going to need Chardonnay to give me an acrobatics roll, see if he can move past.
Acrobatics. Oh, natural 20 for 28.
Nice.
Yeah.
So as these skeletons lumber forward, Chardonnay waits for his moment and darts easily through the legs of this skeleton. And yeah, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35. So 35 feet gets Chardonnay to the top of the stairs. 40 feet would put him on top of Otto. And obviously, Owen, you don't see this, but Chardonnay sees the unconscious form of Otto on the ground.
But Alwyn doesn't. So in a single move, Chardonnay can get up next to Rohkar, yeah?
Yes, as I say, to do so, he will have to be literally on top of Otto's body.
Yeah, I think he would obey a command to attack Rohkar, wouldn't he?
Of course, he would.
Yeah. Yeah. Would Alwyn notice that Chardonnay has clearly got on top of something? Would he notice that kind of movement?
No. So there's kind of like a solid banister almost that runs all the way down the edge of this staircase. So as soon as Chardonnay steps onto the stairs, he disappears from view.
Okay.
So when I say you can see Rohkar, I mean you can see his top half, his torso and his head.
Fair enough. Okay, and Chardonnay will make an attack on Rohkar then. 13.
13 is going to miss, unfortunately. Chardonnay you do see Chardonnay sort of leap up and lunge at Rohkar. And Rohkar sort of... You see him bring this short sword round and kind of pushes him away with it.
Okay, and with Alwyn's remaining action, I'd like to fire the longbow at Rohkar.
Alright, roll that attack.
More than 30 foot, is he?
I think so.
Or at least 30 foot.
So from where you are, 5, 10. Yes, just about because of the angle that you're shooting at.
Doesn't matter. Rolled a 2, so for 10.
Oh mate, you loose this arrow and it thuds and shakes in the wood of this wooden banister.
Will say to Otto as a free action. To Amos as a free action. Where's Otto?
Okay,
It's over there. And
and
Amos will point.
all right, and that's the end of your turn, Orwin, and it is now round to Brother Amos.
So yeah, I'll point to where Otto is, so that Alwyn knows. But I'm going to have to deal with these skeletons. So I will use my Mystic Strikes. Or a Mystic Strike against the one nearest to me.
All right, roll that attack.
18.
18 is just enough to hit as you punch into this skeleton.
7.
7 points of damage. Okay. So which one were you attacking? Because there's two in front of you. Kind of one. There's one directly in front of you and one directly in front of Olwen. You can reach both.
The one directly in front of me.
In front of you.
Yeah.
Okay. It was 7 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay, a nasty crack into the skeleton. As you punch into it, Brother Amos, this cold, freezing flame sort of licks across your arm, and you take 4 points of cold damage. Okay, you've still got 2 actions left.
Oh. I mean, I don't have any weapons. I'm just going to have to punch it again with a Mystic Strike.
All right, roll that attack.
19 minus 4,
19.
15.
15 is a miss. You attempt to punch through, and you sort of strike it across the leather armor that it still wears. No damage to the skeleton, and perhaps more importantly, no damage to you.
My third action. I think I'm gonna. Oh, I don't know. I don't trust these things now after I punched that the first time. I'm gonna retreat a little bit, I think.
All right. How far do you want to back up? You're maybe 5 feet away from the door.
Like 10 feet. I'll step
Okay.
back outside again.
Sure. So you push your way back through the door, just keeping it open so you can see
Yeah.
kind of what's going on inside. All right. End of your turn there. We're round to Otto. Otto, give me a recovery check, please.
And what do I throw for that?
It's a D20. You're trying to beat 11. Oh, actually, no, that's a lie because you took toughness, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes.
You're trying to beat 10.
Toughness gives me yes. 15.
15. Okay. Otto, you are unconscious, but you are no longer dying.
Cool.
All right. End of Otto's turn. We're round to the skeletons, and the skeleton in front of you, Olwyn, again lifts up these horrid, sharp-looking claws, and is just going to rake them towards you. We've got. We've got an 11, which is going to miss.
No, nowhere near.
A 20. Oh no, an 18.
An 18 is going to miss.
And a 9.
9, nowhere near.
Right, so the first one sort of rakes at you, doesn't manage to get anywhere. The second one, kind of staying exactly where it is going to attempt the same thing. We've got a 19,
Nope. Clanks off the armour.
14,
No, nowhere near.
and another 14.
Yeah.
So yeah, whole round of nothing there from the skeletons.
Yay!
Don't
Don't know what you're scared of, Amos.
My hit points aren't doing so well.
We are back round to Rohkar, who sort of looks down at Otto, looks down at the wolf now snapping at him, and he says, "See, this is a reason why you're not allowed in the lodge. We've a strict no pets policy." You see, he waves his hand, and there's a slight moment as a pulse of black energy just drifts off him. Chardonnay needs to give me a will save, please.
Ooh, okay. Will. Ooh, that's pretty good. 24.
24. Okay, so
It's my dog.
yep. So yeah, this black energy sort of drifts off of Rohkar. Chardonnay sort of shakes his muzzle, and is not affected by it. And with that, Rohkar again takes his short sword and is going to make a strike towards Chardonnay.
Oh, how dare he?
I mean, why wouldn't he? Is the counter question.
Because it's a cute, fluffy, cute animal.
24 to
Sharp
hit on
Yeah,
Chardonnay.
24 will hit.
Alright, Chardonnay takes 4 points of slashing damage as he carves into him with his short sword.
Chardonnay can take it. He's
Okay, that is the end of Rokar's turn. Alwyn, we're round to you.
tough. With so with command animal, do I need to command Chardonnay to attack on every round, or will he just keep attacking?
I think you do. I think you have to give them a command every round to do so.
Okay. So first action will be, go on Chardonnay, rip his throat out. And Chardonnay will make 2 jaw attacks.
Right.
The first one, 10. Nope. And do jaws have the agile trait?
Jaws do not, but claws do.
Ah, right, okay, so it's going to be -5. Oh, rolled a 16 though, so 18.
18 is not enough to hit. Chardonnay snaps towards Rohkar, and he sort of twists at the last second, and he gets a mouthful of this furry cloak that Rokar's wearing.
Okay, well, Amos, having pointed up to where Rohkar is when he asked about Otto, and not seeing Otto and knowing that Otto does die a lot.
I mean, you're not wrong, but that's a bit tasteless.
Well, it's kind of it's what happens.
Occasionally, Otto is useful.
Owen will call behind him to Brother Amos. Brother Amos, we need to take Rohkar down. The skeletons might collapse if we do. And
That's a good
Alwyn
point.
will start making his way. So he's got 2 actions left. Will start making his way to Rohkar.
All right. Again, the skeletons have this kind of choke point in the lodge pretty well packed. To move past them, you're going to need an acrobatics roll.
Okay. 8.
Okay. So your first attempt to move back to move past them is blocked by this skeleton. You can attempt it again, but it's going to cost you another action.
I will. Is there an action penalty?
No.
Multi-penalty? No. Okay. Well, that's better. 17.
17. Yeah, this time you sort of use the momentum as you step one way to kind of feint it into leaving a bit of a gap between the two, and you are able to move past it.
Okay. With a speed of 25, how far can I get?
20, 25. You get yourself to just at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. Is that my position such I can see Otto yet?
You can't. Otto's still a bit higher up. You can see Rohkar, and you can see kind of the back of Chardonnay just at this elevation.
Okie doke.
You got 1 action left, Orwin. Oh no, you haven't, because you used
no
command
command
Chardonnay.
and 2 attempts
That's
to move.
right. These are new rules. I need to get used to them. All right, we're round to Brother Amos.
Okay.
Orwin has just slipped between the 2 skeletons, and they're both standing in front of the. Yeah, they're both standing where they were in front of you.
Well, taking his advice that dealing with Rohkar might help deal with the skeletons, I'm going to try and get past them as well.
All right, give me an acrobatics roll.
20.
Okay, and actually using the same opening that Olwyn managed to create, you slip nimbly between the
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So one action of movement will get you to just behind Olwyn on the staircase.
Okay. So that'd be 2 actions in total then.
No, that's 1 action. You still got 2 left.
Oh, okay. So I'll carry on as far as I can go. with my next 2 actions.
You sort of squeeze past Alwyn, and sort of 15 feet later, you find yourself at the top of the stairs, and it is crowded. You see there is Chardonnay sort of snapping and snarling at Rohkar, and Chardonnay is standing on the prone form of Otto.
Okay. Is
from-
that all of my turns?
You've got one action.
One.
Well, you've got one action left from where you are. Chardonnay is in between you and Rohkar, so you're not going to be able to hit with your fist this turn.
So I'll get out my crossbow.
Okay. All right. End of your turn. We're back around to Otto. Otto is unconscious, so nothing happens. We're around to the skeletons, who begin to sort of shuffle towards you as you've vacated the area. Only one of them, because of the way the staircase is, only one of them could get into range to do anything meaningful. And Olwen, you watch as this skeleton shambles up behind you and swings towards you twice with its claws. Nope, that's an 8.
Nope.
And a 17, I think that's a miss.
Nope, that's a miss as well.
Alright, so you feel this skeleton sort of claw at your back as you begin to ascend the stairs, but you take no damage. We're round to Rohkar. He sort of says, how nice of you all to come to me. Father Skinsall will be very pleased with you lot. Clenches his fist around his necklace, and this same black energy sort of drifts out from him even further. Brother Amos, I need you to give me a will save.
Okay. 21.
21 is... no, that's a success. You feel this black energy sort of pressing a little bit against your mind. Your vision clouds for just a second, and you shake your head and shake it off. Last 2 actions. He takes a swipe towards Chardonnay. And that is a 15 to hit.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, he dodges out the way.
Yep. Rohkar slams towards Chardonnay, but Chardonnay is too quick and just gets out of the way of the blade. And for his last action, Rohkar looks over Chardonnay to the rest of you, and he says, "Come, why don't you join me in my parlour?" And he steps back through the door behind him, and the door closes. Olwen, you're up.
We'll keep going up the stairs, so first action will be presumably to get up to where Chardonnay is.
Yes, you can actually. You have to kind of squeeze and push past Brother Amos, but you can absolutely do so. And you get to the top of the stairs, and you see Chardonnay standing on top the unmoving body of Otto.
And I would like to cast Lay on Hands on Otto.
Okay, so that's 6 hit points back, or is it more now? You leveled up.
No, it's still 6 hit points.
Still 6. Okay.
So it's kind of a guaranteed 6.
Gotcha. So Otto, your eyes snap open as you feel a burst of warm energy course through you. Your body feels very heavy, and then you realise that there is a wolf standing on you.
So I'm up to 4 hit points.
You're up to 6 hit points.
I was down to -2.
There's no such thing as minus hit points.
Oh,
You go
6.
to 0, you stay at 0. Thankfully.
Good for me. So 6.
So
That's 2 actions.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Mr.
And I would like to
Templeton.
perform battle medicine on Otto.
Okay. Have you already done battle medicine on Otto today?
Not today, no.
No, you haven't.
No.
You're correct. Roll that
Yeah.
medicine check.
The only person I've done battle medicine on was the enemy,
Indeed.
in fact, today. So this is 24. Oh, so close.
So close. Take another 2d8 back, or so.
I'm getting better.
Take 12. 12 back.
Pretty good.
So that's take another
So
2.
12.
Take 12 back on top of what I already had.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Should be up to 18 now.
Yes, 18. Thank you.
And there's a free action now. We're going to say, "Come on, Chardonnay, get off him." I mean, it's not a command, but you know.
Chardonnay shuffles off.
Chardonnay stops humping his leg. And
Fantastic.
Is Otto still in lion form, or did that dispel?
No,
when he
that
became unconscious.
that was lost when he went unconscious.
And it only lasts about a minute anyway.
Oh, we're still well within a minute, I think.
Yeah, you still would
That's
have had
10
rounds. For it. So yeah, where you went unconscious, you lost your connection to that spell, and you are now back to your dwarven form.
We're about 18, 24 seconds.
All right. Is that the end of your turn, Orwin?
That's all my actions.
All right, Brother Amos.
well, I guess our only option is to go through the door.
Perhaps not. Can I, as a free action, can I suggest we just burn the lodge down and leave, and roast this bastard in his own little house?
That's
Going through the door is a good idea, but maybe wait until everyone's at least stood up and ready.
You do still have these 2 skeletons bearing down behind you, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget about that.
Oh yeah.
Because I haven't.
Oh, and look, there's 2 skeletons bearing down on us from behind.
Brother Amos, what are you doing?
I'm going to try the door.
All right. So you step up again, sort of. Excuse me. Past Olwyn, Otto, and Chardonnay, and Rohkar actually left the door open. Well, not open, but kind of ajar at the very least. Do you want to move through it?
Remember what happened last time you went through a door?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Can I kind of like kick it open?
You can sort of boot it open. That's fine.
Yeah, I want to boot it open so I'm not like walking straight through it.
Sure. Yeah, you sort of boot it open, and nothing immediately happens.
Okay. I'm going to peek my head around the door frame and see if I can see anything.
You pop your head around the door, and you do not see Rohkar.
He seems to have disappeared.
So the room itself isn't square. There is kind of like an alcove off to the left that you know has a window, but yeah, you can't see him in the main body. Of the
Right,
room.
I get you. Okay, I'm going to move into the room.
All right, okay. So, Brother Amos, you move into the room. And as you kind of skirt around the table, you can see, tucked into this alcove, you can see Rohkar waiting by the window, and as you enter, he kind of sneers a bit and says, "Ah, good. Wasn't sure you'd come. Come on then." You've got one action left, Brother Amos.
Oh, okay. How far away is he?
So you've come into the room and you can see him. He's 10 feet. He's 10 feet of movement. Actually, no. You can do it with 5 feet because of the way the room's laid out. You can get in front of him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to move up to him then and have a fight.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So you will get. Excuse me. Sorry. So as part of that, because you could have done it kind of with one action there, you do have one action left.
Okay, I'm going to use my flurry of blows.
Right. Roll those attacks. Sorry, it's getting a bit fiddly because it's close quarters.
19.
19 is a miss.
And another 19.
Okay. You go to work his torso, his body, to try and knock the wind out of him. And yeah, his armor is actually surprisingly thick. Looks very, very well made considering he's a bandit and stuff. And your fists thud loudly but uselessly against the leather.
Is that the end of my turn?
That is the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's it. I'm done.
Okay, Otto, we're round to you. You are conscious. You are still on the ground, but so most importantly, you are conscious and you have hit points. What would you like to do?
I would like to engage these skeletons that are encroaching on us with an electric arc.
Okay. So electric arc is a reflex save.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, we've got a natural 1 for 9, and we've got a 16. What's your spell DC?
My spell DC is 16.
Okay, so 1 success and 1 critical failure. Roll your electricity damage. So it's D4 plus your charisma bonus.
Is 4.
Is 4. So 4 plus a total of 4.
Total of 4, yes.
Okay. Increase that to 8 on the critical fail. As you release this electric arc, Otto, the skeleton nearest you on the stairs, the electricity crackles around it for a second, but seems to suffer no damage from it. The one behind it, despite sort of taking a full blast from the electric arc, the electricity sort of dances and crackles, doesn't find much to purchase onto, and it leaves only kind of superficial burns on the outside of it. You've got one action left, Otto.
I will get out my crossbow.
All right, you take out your crossbow. So we're round to the skeletons, who are going to begin moving up the stairs. 5, 10, 15 feet. And again, because the stairs are only 5 feet wide, they have to come at you all in single file. But come at you they do. And one of them, the one at the front, slashes at you with its claws.
Sorry, at who?
At Olwyn.
At Olwen.
Me.
Jesus. These things can't roll for shit.
Hey,
I've got a 9 and a 7. You take no damage from those, Olwyn.
No.
As they rake towards you, but you dodge out the way.
Yeah.
All right, we're back round to Rohkar. Okay. See, he sort of clutches his hand to his necklace once again, and another pulse of this shadowy energy drifts off. Brother Amos, I need you to give me another will save, please.
16.
16. Okay. Yes, so 16 is a failure. Brother Amos, as this energy washes over you, your mind is clouded just a little bit. You're currently taking -1 to all your attack rolls.
-1 to all my attack rolls.
You've become the victim of Bane.
Okay.
Okay, and for his last 2 actions, he lifts up a hand, and he said, and sort of whispers an arcane word under his breath, and he vanishes.
Oh.
End of Rokar's turn. We're round to Alwyn.
Free action. We'll say to Otto. Yeah, you might want to think about actually standing up.
Yes.
Just a thought.
Yes.
Just a thought. Chardonnay. Kill Rohkar. Kill. Go on. There's a good boy. So Chardonnay has the scent sense.
Okay. What does the scent sense do?
I need to look this up, but I'm hoping it might help at least if Rohkar has just turned invisible. See, so it is an imprecise scent.
Usually a vague sense. The range is listed in the ability, and it functions only if the creature or object being detected emits an aroma. If the creature emits a heavy aroma. I understand. Okay. Makes sense. Okay, sure. So, yeah. Chardonnay does get an idea of. He sort of sniffs the air for a second, catches a scent, and bursts into the room.
Okay. Is trying to catch a scent an action of Chardonnay's, or is that a free action?
You've told her. You told him. I keep misgendering your wolf. I feel so bad about it.
Well, name like Chardonnay, it's easily done.
Yeah. Do you know what I think? I'm sure somebody will correct me at some point. Because Rohkar has disappeared from his sight, it's going to have to use an action to seek him.
Yeah.
To do so.
I think that's perfectly reasonable. So Chardonnay, you say, thinks he's got the scent on him.
Yes.
So the second action will be to move to where he thinks Rohkar is then.
Okay. And Chardonnay does so. Brother Amos, you see Chardonnay bolt into the room, leap up onto the table, and sort of skid almost to a halt to the right of where Rohkar previously was.
For Alwyn's go. So
Yep.
that was just the command. First action will be to move just into the doorway.
Okay, you can do so.
Presumably, Alwyn can see what Chardonnay is looking at. Or
You can see
is
where
attending.
you can see where he is. So kind of almost in front of you to your left is Brother Amos, and kind of diagonally left again is Chardonnay.
Okay, let's fire an arrow in the direction that Chardonnay is pointing. Not that he's pointing, but you know what I mean.
All right. Okay. So
basically over the head of Chardonnay.
and I'll tell you what, that's going to count as because of the way they're positioned. I'm going to call that a free seek action. So yeah, still roll your attacks, Stu.
Okay. That is 22.
All right, and now roll another d20 for me.
14.
14. Okay, using the position of Brother Amos and Chardonnay, you think you have an idea of where Rohkar is, and you loose your arrow, and you hear the sound of the arrow striking into flesh. Roll damage.
Hope it's not Chardonnay. 2.
All right, 2 points of damage there. Okay, end of Olwyn's turn. It's Brother Amos.
Okay, so I'm going to move over to presumably where I can see an arrow floating in thin air.
The arrow kind of disappeared after it hit Rohkar.
Okay.
Doesn't damage dispel invisibility, or is it just attacking?
No, it's only attacking.
Right.
Would his blood be visible?
It is a little bit.
I
So-
have like a vague idea of where he is.
You do have a vague idea. There is a chance you might still miss him, but you have a vague idea of where he is.
Okay. I'm going to walk over there and wallop him
Okay.
with a flurry of blows.
Okay. So before you make each attack, Darren, I need you to roll a d20 for me.
And before I make each attack.
Yeah. It should have been before for Olwyn, but I forgot.
Okay. And I'm just giving you the d20 number.
Yes.
17.
Okay. You can make that first attack.
So I'm rolling again the attack on a d20.
Yes. So roll d20, then roll the attack, then roll d20, then roll the attack. That makes sense.
Right, okay.
Because the first d20 is to see if you can overcome the concealment.
Okay. So my attack is 22.
Okay, 22. You do feel your fist connect with something.
Okay. So you want damage for that, or am I rolling another attack?
Let's have damage first. No, actually, because it's flurry of blows, let's have a d20.
4.
4. Okay. Your second strike, you sort of hit something invisible the first time, and you go to hit the same place, and your fist thumps onto the wood behind it. So roll one lot of damage, please.
Okay. 6.
6 points of damage. Nice. Okay. And I think you've still got 2 actions left, Brother Amos.
Okay. So I'll do flurry of blows again.
Okay.
You still want that?
Don't you only do flurry of blows once per
Yes,
round?
you can. You can only do flurry of blows once per turn.
Yep, sure. Okay, then powerful fist it is.
Okay. Again, just a d20 for me.
9.
Okay. You can roll that attack.
26.
26 is going to hit. Roll damage.
5.
5 points of damage. Okay, a couple of quick cracks into this space where Rohkar previously was. And yeah, you do feel like you're hitting something. So I think you've still got one action left there,
One
Brother
action
Amos.
left. I will. Yeah, I'm going to use Powerful Fist again.
All right. First up, a d20.
9. Okay.
Yeah, roll that attack.
-4. 7.
Yeah, 7's not going to hit. Not going to get anywhere near, sadly. That's the end of your turn, Brother Amos. We are round to Otto. You're still outside the office, and these two skeletons are sort of bearing up the stairs on you.
Yes, I will get to my feet this time.
Okay, first action to do that.
And I think I will cast another electric arc at these two skeletons.
All right.
Second time lucky.
What was your spell save DC?
Spell save DC is
Spell DC.
16.
16. Okay. They both succeed on those saves. So roll your D4 damage.
Plus charisma.
Is there anything to add to it?
You add your charisma bonus.
Charisma, so it's 6.
6. Okay. Reduced to 3 because they succeeded the saves. And once again, you watch as the electricity crackles across their bodies and does not seem to affect them.
I have one more action.
No, that's your turn.
Stood up.
It's an
Right.
action to stand up. We are now round to the skeletons. The one at the front pushes further up the stairs towards you, Otto. Then makes 2 claw strikes. So I've got a 19
That hits.
and a 13's not going to hit.
No.
Okay, you take 5 points of slashing damage, Otto, as this skeleton rakes you with its claws. And again, some of this wispy blue flame seeps into the wounds, and you take a further 4 points of cold damage. But that is going to be their turn.
Right.
We're round to Rohkar. There is another sort of pulse of this black energy from the space where Rohkar was. I need will saves from everybody except Otto. Oh, and Brother Amos, because you're already affected.
Do you need one from Chardonnay as well?
Yes, please.
Okay. 26 for Alwyn. 17 for Chardonnay.
Okay. So, Olwyn, you feel this energy press against you. You shake it off. Chardonnay is not so lucky. Chardonnay is now taking -1 to all his attack rolls.
Okay.
All right. So then, after that happens, you see another familiar wave of energy that you've seen before, Olwyn. As Rohkar does something else, and that ends his turn. Olwyn, you're up.
Presumably, Rohkar has just become visible.
He has not.
That's
Actually,
okay.
hang on. I'm just going to check something. Do you know what? I think Bane probably counts as a hostile action. Yeah, as this energy pulses out from him, Rohkar does indeed become visible. The rest of his turn doesn't change. You see him grip his necklace, and Olwen, you recognise him cast the heal spell on himself.
Right.
And just at the end of the casting of that spell, Rohkar looks at the two of you, sort of grinning quite madly, and he says, "Tell you what, I'll cut you a deal. Leave the dwarf with me, and the rest of you can go free. How does that sound?" And that is where we're going to end for tonight, folks.
Yeah, so we're going to sacrifice our friend.
I mean, we've got some time to think about it.
all I'm going to say,
Tales from the 20 Side is a Feagle Films production in association with Juicy Falls. Music by Nazar Ryback from hooksounds.com. Editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.